on popcorn and on for some of that. It's your girl Kayla and back with another video for the channel. In today's video, I got one question for you. Are you really becoming that girl in 2025? That's what we're talking about today. Yeah. So before I hop into this video, make sure y'all comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. Turn on them post notifications on YouTube. Make sure y'all head over to IG, follow me at Michaela.Queen and My Ancestors Curls. Let's hop into this video. So I think we've reached a point in the new year where it doesn't so much feel like the new year, right? It's easy for us to have our vision boards in our head or whatever goals that we want to set out for ourselves in the new year, but you don't make it a part of your lifestyle to try to become better, right? Yeah. I'm here to hold you accountable because what have you been doing? What have you been doing to make sure that your lifestyle is aligning with the goals that you set for yourself when you created that vision board or whatever? Because when we think about it, the purpose of creating a vision board or just even setting goals for yourselves is so that we can become better people. We can become better women, right? It's so that we can reach our goals, make lifestyle changes, whether that's physically, whether that's professionally, creatively, whatever it is that you want for yourself. So the question is, are you becoming that girl? Are you becoming that woman in 2025? And I have a couple of tips that's going to help you figure out how to become that woman in 2025. So let's get into it. The first one is to take pride in how you physically carry yourself. Making sure that you always look good, you look presentable, you smell good, how you wear your hair. And I'll be honest, I'm a little bit guilty of it sometimes. Like, I'll step out the crib with a bonnet on my head, but I'll put a hoodie on and it's like, Michaela, baby girl, that's not it. That's not it, and you know better. And it's like, yeah, I do. And it's like, I'm working on it, all right? I don't always do it, but sometimes it's like, ugh, like I just don't want to. But literally taking pride in how you look just matters. Not even because you're trying to impress people, but it's for you. You should always be looking presentable at all times. Hygiene is something that is super important, making sure that, you know, we're not smelling funky, but we're always smelling good. But I like to take it an extra step, and I like to wear smell goods. So I have different perfumes, like for different occasions, honestly. So like if I know that I'm just doing like a day-to-day errand, I have a roll-on from Kina Essence, and it's a vanilla roll-on oil. And it smells really good just for like a day-to-day smell. But then like if I'm going out to dinner or like with my girls, I love Marc Jacobs, and I'll either wear Daisy or I think the other one's like Perfect Day or something like that. Like I'll wear one of those. But if I'm like stepping out, like I got a hot date, or like if I'm going to something really formal like a wedding, I'm pulling out my YSL. You feel me? So like I just love to smell good. The way you dress is also super important because you really have to ask yourself, like, how do you want to be perceived as a woman, right? Like this could be for when you're going out with your girls celebrating. Like, do you want to wear clothing that's more modest? Do you want to wear clothing that's maybe streetwear? Or do you want to be the girl that color coordinates everything? Like you really have to ask yourself, like, how do you want to be perceived? It's truly all about how you want to be perceived, what it is you like to wear, and expressing that through your clothes and making sure that you look presentable and you look good. All right, my second tip is the posture of your heart. Always keeping the posture of your heart in check is so important because this really boils down to how you treat yourself and how you treat others, and also how you view others. Sometimes when people aren't the best humans to us, we want to seek revenge, or like we hold things in our heart against them. But then that's when you have to really ask yourself, like, yo, like, how's the posture of my heart? Like, is this becoming of me as a woman? And I'm gonna tell you right now, truthfully, it's not. Like, it's okay to be upset. It's okay to hold anger because we're humans and we're allowed to feel. But at some point, we have to let it go. We can't forgive them because it's for them. We have to forgive them for it's ourselves. Keeping the posture of your heart in check has a lot to do with self-love and just like knowing, like, yo, I love myself too much to be taking the time out to stay angry or hold grudges on people, because believe it or not, it takes more energy to be mad than it does to be happy. I'm gonna tell y'all a little story. I'm gonna keep it general and I'm not gonna use too much names, but you're gonna get the point. So earlier last year, someone did me dirty to the point where like I was so flabbergasted because I never had been played like that or just disrespected like that in my entire life, okay? And for a while, like, I was so angry and I was so butthurt, but then it was like, Michaela, it's like, girl, like, pick yourself up. Like, you're allowing the energy of this other person to rub off on you, and it's like, that's not who you are. You're such a jovial, optimistic person, and it's like, check the posture of your heart. You feel me? Something that I learned throughout that process was forgiveness is key. Karma is the most patient gangster. Karma is gonna spin the block harder than I ever can. And that was when I was just like, you know what, I gotta release. Because the anger that I held on to, like, it literally took more energy out of me. And like, it's just not a good place to be in. Keep the posture of your heart in check. Always remaining humble and understanding that the Most High, God, will handle it. Despite how very greasy and how dirty that person did me, I have no desire to seek revenge. It's like, you know what? I know who I am as a woman. I know how I'm viewed in God's eyes, and I'm gonna let it be. I love myself way too much to be trying to go get revenge on somebody else. I'm way too conscious in God's eyes for me to be trying to go do somebody else greasy. And like, it's also just not in my character. Like, I don't want to know what the consequences are going to be from God for me if I go out and do something that's outside of my character, that's outside of the posture of my heart. You get me? The next tip I have for you is doing activities that boost your confidence. Oh my goodness. This could be being at home, practicing a model walk, creating your own choreography of dance, making it real, like feminine, and just doing it up. The one thing that I do always encourage like my friends and family to do is do a self-love photo shoot. Do a photo shoot just because. Like, don't wait for a special occasion to like have to do it. Just do it because you want to. When I say this changes the way you feel about yourself internally, like just the idea of like being in front of a camera, having someone take shots of you that you might deem as vulnerable. Like, me personally, I love photo shoots, because if it's one thing your girl gonna do, is take a picture. But like, it really boosts your confidence in knowing like, yo, like, I love who I am, my skin is beautiful, I know how to dress, I know how to pose, all the above. Even if you don't know how to pose, like, that's your time to experiment with what you want to do. You don't even have to know the photographer. You don't ever have to see that person again, so that, you know what I'm saying, like, it's a little bit harder to feel their judgment. But doing an activity to boost your confidence will change the way you view yourself, the way you think about yourself. It'll put a barrier between like the opinions that people might have of you, because you just don't care. You hold that confidence. You're going to start walking different. You're going to start talking to people different. You're going to start checking people so that people don't cross you. If it's one thing about it, nobody deserves to have low self-esteem. Like, it's just not a fun space to be in. And I'm not saying you have to do a photo shoot, but I'm saying do something that is going to make you feel alive. Do something that is going to make you feel like you're that girl, like you're that woman. You see me? Now, this next tip, y'all might not want to hear it, but I'm going to say it anyway because I love you, okay? Go get your body right. You heard me. Health is wealth. Say it with me. Health is wealth. Health is wealth. Health is wealth. I'm not saying like go pick up some extreme weights and just start doing crazy stuff, but think about what it is you want to better in your health. Even if you feel like you're in a space where you are physically healthy and just content within your body, it doesn't change the fact that like we have to be consistent with it and maintain it. I don't know what social media platforms y'all be on other than YouTube, but there's a couple of videos that go around talking about how like, oh, if you lose a man, go to the gym. If you had a stressful day, go to the gym. If you want to lose some weight, go to the gym. If you want to eat better, go to the gym. Like, all of your answers are at the gym. And I like low-key, high-key believe that, because you fix a lot of your problems when you start going to the gym. Your confidence, right? We just talked about it. But no, seriously, y'all, go get your body right. Ask yourself what goals you have within your body. I know for me, something that I'm working on is continuing to unbig my back and to lose weight. Find a routine that works for you. Maybe it's just you're not even going to touch the weights yet. Say you want to get into the gym and just walk for 20 to 30 minutes. That's a win, okay? Listen to me when I say that's a win. Don't listen to other people when they're telling you like that's not enough or it's not effective. It is, because it's mental. It took me 2 years to mentally get to the gym, and we'll talk about that later, but like, it's a real thing, all right? So if you could literally just get to the gym, walk for 20 to 30 minutes, maybe you find a circuit that you could do with like 5 pound, 10 pound weights, and you add that to your workout. All of these regimens are going to help you to become that girl. You're going to gain consistency, you're going to gain discipline, and you're gonna start seeing some results. Once you start to see some results from the gym, and I'm not only talking about like within your body, I'm talking about your mood, the way it makes you feel, the discipline that you have, and you start making gym friends, you're not gonna want to stop. You're gonna want to keep going, and it's not gonna just become like a goal, it's gonna become a lifestyle. The next tip I have is to study other women that you admire. Like, this is something that has been so helpful for me. I'm not saying to idolize them, but it's okay to admire and, you know, to want to practice healthy traits that you see within them into yourself. When you listen to these successful women talk and just how they live their life morally, right? It's gonna make you want to become better. It's gonna make you want to pivot and change your actions, change the way you talk, and eventually you just kind of fall in line into becoming a better girl, into becoming that girl. Someone who I admire is Lauren London. I said this like in one of my old videos, but like I literally love her so much because of the wisdom and the value that she gives people. She's made me check the posture of my heart, and like I feel like it's played a role into who I am today. It's really just one of those things, like when you know better, you do better. When you really take the time to sit and study people, and like for me, like that's through podcasts. Like I will sit and watch a podcast for hours because like that's just the way I learn. But when I used to sit and watch her do all those podcasts, like I really took a page out of her book. And when I say like, it just plays a role into who I am today, because now that I know better, like I do better and I take her advice and I see those changes happening in my life. So I 10 out of 10 recommend. Find someone that you admire, whether it's morally, physically, that will help you get into the gym, right? Or just creatively, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, like find it, study it, and apply it. Don't get it twisted. We are all very much our own people, and we can never idolize people. Like you can imitate, but you can never duplicate. Stay true to yourself, be yourself, but it's okay to implement, you know, little nuggets of wisdom into your life because it changes things. The next tip I have for y'all is to write down and recite affirmations. I'm about to say a statement and I mean this wholeheartedly. I do not know where I would be without my affirmations and my faith on it. Okay, let's talk about it. Affirmations have changed my life so much, and just the things that I've wanted out of life, some of those things have already physically appeared into my life. It's literally a switch in your brain that you just gotta flick it. When it comes to affirmations, like it starts off with the things that like you think that you want, right? Like I want an increase in my salary, or I want a car, I want a house, and that's how it starts. But then once you start learning, you start shifting to the I am, the I have, right? And when you just consistently write it down, when you consistently repeat it, you start to believe it, and like it just settles in your subconscious, and you subconsciously start to make those changes. There is so much power in affirmations. There is so much power in having faith. And like I said, like affirmations have changed my life. They continue to change my life. It's changed my life to the point where, like, I say this gently, like I live in a delusion. But like in the sense of like there's so many goals, there's so many things that I want for myself and out of life that like I already have it. Like God is just waiting to reveal it to me. You see how like this is literally how my mind operates, and it's what keeps me going every single day, because I have faith, because I put the work in, and because I manifest it. So affirmations, say your affirmations. It'll change your life. There is no affirmation that is too little. There's no affirmation that is too big. If it is something that you can visualize in your head, it is very much something that can happen. Don't listen to nobody. Okay, tunnel vision right here. I'm here to tell you, there is no affirmation, there is no dream, no goal too big or too small. It does not matter. It can be as little as I want to grow my edges in. I have full edges. We got to change our way of thinking, and then eventually it changes our reality. You start living it because you already believe that you have it in your mind. I could literally spend all day on this topic, but we're gonna move on. All right, I have one more tip for y'all, and I don't know if I've saved the best for last, because I feel like I've given y'all some true gems out of this entire video. But I think this last one is gonna make all of us think. I know that it makes me think constantly every single day. Know who you are. And it sounds crazy because it's just like, how am I supposed to know who I am? Like I'm constantly growing and evolving every day. Yes, this is true. However, if you were to have every single materialistic thing stripped of you from your life, who are you in this world? Does this change your outlook on life? Does this change how you view and treat people? Does this change how you treat yourself, the posture of your heart? Who are you? In some way, shape, or form, a lot of us have access to social media or just know people that live lavish lives, right? And the world is so saturated with opinions and expectations that are sometimes unrealistic. And we really have to ask ourselves, like, who are we? Who do we want to be? Like, what is my purpose in this life? Like, materialistic things do not make you who you are. It's a part of your life. It makes up your lifestyle, but genuinely as a soul, like, who are you as a woman? That question is so deep, and like, I ask myself that constantly a lot, and I know who it is I want to be. Like, at some point I want to be someone's wife. I want to mother children, you know, but who are you? When you are able to figure out who you are, or you're working in progress to become someone, you have nothing to prove to anybody. Like, it's really just a course that's between you and your Most High. It honestly makes life easier to go through because you're not moved by the opinion of others, whether it's accolades or judgment. It's because you know who you are. Not to say that you're not supposed to have respect for other people. Like, you should always maintain respect, integrity, you know, whatever morals and standards you believe. You should always stand on that at all times. Once you are able to figure out your purpose, once you're able to figure out who you are in this world, and it's gonna constantly change, but like, change for the better and evolve for the better. Like, you are just gonna become closer and closer to becoming that girl, to becoming that woman, unapologetically and without the approval from others, with nothing to prove to anyone. So on that note, that is my last tip. I felt like that last one got a little bit deep, but it's okay, because these are transparent conversations that like I love to have, and these are things that like I constantly think about as a growing woman myself, you know. Something that's important to me, and I'm rambling at this point, the energy, the aura that you exude off to other people, because like, people who are in tune, like, they feel that, you know, and it's easy to have a perception about you in that way. It doesn't even matter how you physically look or dress, but just making sure that you're being a good soul, being integrity, having honor and respect, like, that's what's truly important. And sometimes as humans, we're gonna mess up. We're not perfect, but as long as we're taking accountability, holding ourselves to expectations that we set, like, we're gonna be all right. And I know that you're gonna be all right. And I really hope that one or all of these tips spoke to y'all, because I really just want to see y'all be great. I want to see y'all love life, live life in every single way that you deserve. I want y'all to be loved on. I want y'all to attract what it is you want in life, whether it's a different career, whether it's more money, whether it's more happiness, whether it's a husband, whether it's children. Like, I truly and wholeheartedly just want to see all the girlies be great, like, for real. So from time to time, I recommend you ask yourself, am I becoming that woman? Am I becoming that girl in 2025? And just know that you always have this video to refer back to. I really enjoyed filming this for y'all. I loved this video. If you also love this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you comment and subscribe. Turn on them post notifications on YouTube. Head over to IG. Follow me at Michaela.Queen and My Ancestors Curls. I will catch y'all in my next video. Love you guys.